Hello, fellow gamers, and welcome back to Horton Brothers Grimm. My name is Chris, and I'm your host with the most, and I'm with my two brothers, Scott.
Hey, what up?
And Zach.
That's me, the chief.
He's the chief, apparently, so I don't know what he's going at, but hey, who knows? We'll just let him be the chief. It's all good in my mind. And today we're bringing you, of course, 3 awesome games we're going to talk about, and I will be discussing Fallout 3 today. Now, we all know about Fallout 3, but I'm going to put my brothers through an ethics class today, a video game ethics class. Which will be quite fun.
The good news is I never played any Fallout except for Fallout 76.
Oh, it's perfect then. It's perfect. This class is perfect for you then. And Scott, you're going to be talking to us about the next game that's really been massive here in 2024. Last time we talked about Pal World, it took the world by storm in January. Now, February, we're talking about Helldivers 2, which it's all over the place.
Yeah, man, there's video and TikToks and all kinds of stuff about this game everywhere, man.
It's even worse than Pal World, yeah.
Right. It's going to be a big thing, I think, as long as they don't screw it up.
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll screw it up. I think they're doing a really good job with.
Yeah. So far they're doing fantastic. They've improved the game.
And Joel will fuck you up every second he gets a chance.
Indeed. And Zach, of course, is going to be talking about the future game today, and it's going to be Soulframe, which looks amazing from the makers of Warframe.
I was going to do like something like Soul Train, but I don't want to wake anybody up. But
I'll do it for you. Soulframe.
There we go. Yeah, dude, they did a killer job with Warframe, so I'm actually excited to see this game come out.
Yeah, it looks awesome so far from what I've seen too.
The only thing that sucks is we don't have a release date yet. So.
Oh, it might be December 31st.
This mother.
Well, you know, Zach's already pre-ordered it then.
Yeah.
No, never. I will never pre-order anything else. I will tell you. I don't even pre-order Pokemon cards. I just walk in. If they got them, they do. If they don't have them, then fuck it, I'm out.
But today, again, we're going to start off with 5 video game Grimm facts. We're going to have a good time with this. We enjoyed it last time, and we got some good feedback from you listeners out there. So I picked out 5 more for you guys that I think you're going to enjoy. So
I will say that I have not read these, so I can't catch any typos or dyslexia. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not going to have any name mistakes this time. Sorry, Nay. We apologize.
Watch me, Nay.
If your name is Nay and you heard the podcast, we are so sorry. And we hope you'll give us another
Well,
chance.
if your name is Nay and you're a dude, I'm sorry. Sorry, your parents hated you.
Yeah, your parents hated you, man.
That's just sad to you.
Yeah. So let's go. Grimm fact number 1 is from a game that all of us have played so many hours of, and Zach probably more than the rest of us. The World of Warcraft plague of 2005. Now, of course, this happened before I think any of us got into the game hardcore.
Well,
so here's
there's
what happened.
A special story on that. What was it?
Here's what happened.
Crusade come out when I got started playing, but Guild Wars came out at the same time too. So I was playing Guild Wars.
Yeah, Guild Wars was amazing too. But this is something that happened back in 2005. It's called the World of Warcraft Plague. The Corrupted Blood Incident is what it's known as, occurred within the massively multiplayer online role-playing game World of Warcraft by Blizzard Entertainment. In September 2005, a glitch related to the boss Hakar the Soul Flayer in the Zul'Gurub raid allowed a harmful effect called Corrupted Blood to spread beyond the intended confines of the raid. This virtual plague unexpectedly mimicked real-world epidemic behaviors, infecting player characters and their pets, which then transmitted the disease across various in-game cities, resulting in massive virtual casualties and chaos.
I wasn't logged in when this happened, but I know about this. So
that's crazy.
I know about this because people were still talking about it when fucking Burning Crusade came out. I mean, they've been still talking about it, obviously, but you know, it was pretty nuts.
That is so nuts. That's the first time I've ever heard of it when I was researching this. And I'm just like, wow, that's how amazing that game is, though. That could even happen inside the world that they built. It's
Yeah, that's
pretty
pretty
neat.
crazy, man.
So it was a grim fact for very grim for those people that was playing back 2005, just walking around sick on
Well, the
Warcraft.
good news was it wasn't a hardcore game back then. Now they got a hardcore mode for classic. So if you're playing, you get to max level and you die, you lose everything and have to start over.
Ouch.
Back then there was no hardcore that I remember anyway.
No, I wouldn't be playing that one. I'd be dead very quickly. So speaking of death, number 2 fact today is called the Death by Gaming Marathon. And we got 2 instances here, fellas. In July 2002, an 18-year-old Taiwanese gamer named Chuang died after playing Diablo 3 for 40 consecutive hours in an internet cafe in Tainan, Taiwan.
How
Without
the hell did
taking
he get? How did he get by with sitting for 40 hours at an internet cafe?
it's 24/7, baby.
Over there, you pay to play. You pay
Oh
to
yeah.
use the computer in there. And I heard about this as well because I played Diablo 3 when it came out. And it was literally right after the game came out. It was insane.
So yeah, that was insane, right? And what it was, he just didn't take breaks for food, water, or sleep. He just kept rolling, baby. He had to
I don't
win.
even
He
think he went
had
to
to
the
do it.
bathroom.
Yeah, he was
I
for
would
40
kill
hours
him. Yeah.
camping out.
Dang.
Then another incident happened on Twitch. There was a gamer. He was very popular at the time. His name was Pashi Brid. Pashi Brid. I don't know. It's a terrible name. And he was going through a 24-hour long gaming session. He was seen chugging energy drinks and occasionally nodding off during the stream.
I think he had a heart attack, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he did. He was hosting a charity stream to raise money for Make a Wish. His name was Brian Vignault. He was 35 years old, and he got up 22 hours into his stream to smoke a cigarette and never returned.
Wow.
And fans of him, and he was known for playing World of Tanks, by the way, had assumed he had fell asleep. But when a moderator on the site saw him online a few hours after his disappearance, he messaged Vignault. Vignault did not answer, but a Virginia Beach detective responded instead.
That's pretty nice. I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, that's just horrible. That's just terrible. And
But those energy drinks will mess you up. That's why I tell people not to drink those.
oh yeah,
But man,
especially the way he was probably drinking them
oh yeah.
like consecutively and multiples. Like that's insane. Like those things are dangerous.
They'll mess you up if you just drink like 1 or 2 a day. You'll end up with kidney stones and all kinds of weird shit, liver problems.
Oh yeah, they're dangerous if they're not. You don't control yourself.
Just don't drink energy drinks. Eat some fruit or something, or protein, chicken, steak, whatever.
Or just take a nap. Damn it, just take a nap.
Or go to fucking sleep. No, you could go to sleep because if you don't sleep, your brain's like starts wigging out anyway.
Yeah, if
And
I
when
did
I
a
say
24-hour,
I mean, you are the brain. You're in a mech suit. Next question.
I did a 24-hour stream way back in the day, and man, I almost didn't make it. And I didn't drink anything except probably some sodas or something. So I understand. Especially, I guess you're playing a World of Tanks. That's probably a action heavy game. You got to really pay attention.
I don't know about World of Tanks. I've never played it.
Yeah,
That's what he was. No.
Yeah, that's what he was famous for. That was his main game.
I've seen it advertised. I mean, it's like on your phone all the time. World of Tanks. I'm like, I don't want to game on my phone.
It's like there's all kinds of gamers I watch that discuss different gaming topics, and like they always have a sponsored segment, and it's usually World of Tanks.
I mean, if they're going to pay me, I'll tell them how good it is too.
All right.
How about sponsor me? I don't know what's around here.
Oh, that reminds me, guys.
Sponsor me Googles.
Tonight's podcast is brought to us, you guys, by World of Tanks. Okay.
Carl's Jr.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because they pay me every time. You're supposed to be the smartest man.
So now we have Grim Fact number 3. Phantom Menace, the Polybius arcade game mystery. And this came from the early 1980s. Polybius is a legendary arcade game, allegedly released in a few arcades in Portland, Oregon in 1981. The game is said to have induced various adverse effects in players, such as amnesia, insomnia, stress, and nightmares. Coupled with rumors of men in black visiting the arcades to collect game data, Polybius has become a compelling urban legend in video game culture. Despite extensive searches, no verifiable evidence of the game's existence has ever been found, making it a fascinating story of the power of myth in digital culture.
What was the name of this game again?
Polybius is spelled Polybius. And I had never heard of this before. This sounds
Never
just
seen
so
that
crazy.
either.
That would be a fun movie if somebody wanted to make it.
It says a fictitious 1981 arcade game.
Yeah, it's like it's so ingrained in the urban legend that it's like gamers still talk about it, and people claim to have seen that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, there's an arcade machine with an actual picture of it. Looks like from the 80s with the name Polybius on it.
Yeah, it's very possible that
You
it
Google
existed. It just maybe it just wasn't such a popular game and just died out, but somebody figured it out.
Well,
Just to
the urban
spread the
legend is it
stories.
was a government experiment or something.
No, man, it was the Last Starfighter. It's what the movie was based
Oh,
on.
is that what that was?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Last
That's a good
Starfighter
movie.
was awesome movie. Yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, it was an interesting story. So anyway, we'll go straight to Grim Fact number 4. And I think you guys are probably familiar with this. I know Zach probably should be. This is the canceled game that became a cult classic. And this is grim. This is a grim fact, by the way, because it did not ever come out, which is what makes this so grim. PT in 2014. It's a playable teaser for the game for a canceled Silent Hills game. And it was released on the PlayStation Store in August 2014. Of course, it was developed by Hideo Kojima in collaboration with film director Guillermo del Toro and featuring actor Norman Reedus. PT was praised for its innovative horror elements and atmospheric gameplay. Following the cancellation of Silent Hills in 2015, PT was removed from the PlayStation Store and can no longer be legally downloaded, making existing installations highly coveted among gamers. This has turned PT into a digital ghost story and a cult classic, representing digital media and the impact of corporate decisions on game preservation.
And the game that was developed after that called Death
Stranding.
Death Stranding, yeah, he made that game after that. Yep.
And Norman Reedus.
And guess who was in it?
Guillermo del Toro. There's
Yeah.
a couple of too.
So it's a shame I never even got to. I watched somebody play PT after that because I didn't know what it was up until that event happened, and I watched through it and it was very cool. It was a very interesting game that they were building for Silent Hill.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen was in Death Stranding as well.
So
That's
Hideo,
right. He was.
Hideo Kojima does a good job with his games. And partnering up with Guillermo del Toro was like automatic win.
Metal Gear Solid. Oh, they need to make a game for the Curio of Curiosities, or what was it called? Cabinet of Curiosities. I love that show.
Oh man, I honestly didn't enjoy it very well. Me and Honey watched it, but we just couldn't
But
get
you
into it.
have
We
a
watched
problem. You need to get knocked around a little bit, essentially.
Sorry, me and her, we love horror movies and stuff, but this one just didn't grab us.
They're supposed to be intriguing stories. They're not just that's what the Cabinet of Curiosities. It's not the Cabinet of Horrors, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we just didn't enjoy it. Sorry. We love Guillermo del Toro still, though. The movie The Orphanage is an amazing film, so if y'all haven't seen that, check it out. Guillermo del
Yeah, I don't
Toro.
think I've ever even heard of that one.
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
Oh, it's so good, and it's all in Spanish, so you have to read the subtitles. So just be sure you watch it at a time.
Pan's Labyrinth. Okay.
Yeah, but definitely watch it when you can actually watch the screen, not try to just listen to it. Because I know I'm bad about watching movies now, and I'm distracted half the time. So too many activities I can do on my phone or think about to do for my YouTube channel or
How
something.
about putting the phone down?
I
You're like a
do,
woman.
I do, but sometimes I don't. But this is the
No,
movie you
no,
don't
never
want
gonna
to
be
do that
offended
in.
by that, but still.
Well, the reason I can do that for some movies is I can do two things at one time. But when it comes to the orphanage, don't do it because you got to read the screen.
Oh, if I'm watching a movie or television or eating dinner, there not be any fucking electronics.
Absolutely. And that brings us to our fifth Grim Fact. So this one is, I thought, was pretty fun to talk about. So you guys be ready to answer a question at the end here. This is called Eternal Damnation for Sims. The Sims, of course, the very famous popular game, developed by Maxis and published by Electronic Arts, debuted in February 2000. This life simulation game series allows players to create and control virtual people known as Sims and has become infamous for the creative and morbid ways players can choose to end their Sims' lives. Methods include starvation by locking a Sim in a room without doors, drowning by removing ladders from a pool, and death by fire from neglecting kitchen safety. The game's open ended gameplay encourages experimentation within the virtual world, sparking discussions about the ethical implications and psychological impact of such godlike control over digital beings. So, yeah, I was going to ask, Zach, what's some other creative ways you can murder your Sim?
It's definitely building a wall around the grill. And then it goes boom.
And it's boom, and they're dead.
I mean, you can get the house to set on fire, but you already mentioned that one. But I don't think they can walk off of edges. They can't do that. Well, last time I played, they couldn't anyway.
Yeah, I've never seen one fall off of anything like that
It'd
before.
be good to push them out the attic window. If
See, I
you're
never thought about the swimming pool one.
yeah, the swimming pool.
That's pretty funny. Like they swim and you take the ladders out, they can't get out. Eventually, they tire and die. Damn,
Damn.
Good lord.
that is
It
horrible,
it
but it's
takes some
hilarious.
twisted individuals to do some shit like that.
But the only reason I know about the charcoal, or not the charcoal grill, but the gas grill one is because it just exploded one day on them. I didn't actually do it on purpose. It was funny as hell, but
I mean, I do remember putting him in the kitchen with the stove on fire and took away all the doors and stuff they couldn't get out. I did do that because I had heard you could do it, and I was like, well, I got to see if that's true. And it was very true. They burn to death and die.
Damn.
Pretty funny.
That's another one of those games that I never played.
Oh yeah, Sims takes some certain type of people to play. To be honest, it's a very cool game. It's really neat and interesting, but there's so many details to that game. You really got to spend a lot of time in it, decorating and doing this, working on your Sims relationships with people and jobs, all kinds. It's even much. It's much more broad these days. I haven't played it in years, and I've just seen people on videos here and there pop up. There's like, man, there's so many crazy things you can do in Sims now. It's wild,
Right.
but very popular game, and it's just really fun that you can kill your Sims. All right, well, there's our Grim facts for this episode. We'll be doing more of those, hopefully in the future. I think that they're pretty fun.
I have a question.
So, yeah,
Some of these grim facts, did they come from listeners?
none of these have come from listeners, no, so that's
Oh,
a good idea.
maybe we can get some from listeners.
Absolutely. So, yeah, if you have any grim facts you would like to share, please leave a comment on this on YouTube. It's one of the best places to listen to us now. We can actually put all our podcasts on YouTube and also, of course, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other fine services out there. So it's perfect. Yeah, very good suggestion. So we'd love to hear your grim facts, and we'll read them here and give you credit for it as well.
There we go. There it is.
I love it. All right, and that brings us to our first topic today, which is Fallout 3. It's the retro game, and yes, it qualifies as retro because me and the brothers here discussed how many years we can go back. It's considered retro. They say 15. We all agreed on 15, and so happens Fallout 3 was made in 2008 or 6. think it was 6. Either way, it's 2006 or 2008, and that still counts. So I'm bringing you something different, though. We all know about Fallout 3, an amazing game. You can explore a post-apocalyptic world coming out of your vault, and there's so many different creatures and storylines, and there's things that you do in the world that affects other things that can affect things permanently in the world. It is a really fun game. Fallout 3, I fell in love with it instantly. So the thing I want to talk to you guys about today, though, is we're going to do something fun with it. Since Fallout 3 is such an amazing, popular, well-known game, I wanted to do something different. And today I'm going to give you guys a Fallout 3 Fallout 3 ethics class. And this is based on
Business ethics.
business ethics. The company I work for is always having an ethic class every year. And it's like, we're the most ethical company in the world. And it's like, no, you're not. But whatever. You know, you just say you are. It's not just because you say it doesn't mean it's true. But this is going to be called the Megaton Morality Play. All right. This is the ethics class introduction to you guys on Fallout 3. Megaton is one of the first cities you encounter in the game. And it is a very special place because it is basically an old stadium, like an old sports stadium type place. That's how I would describe it. It might have been something different, but it looked kind of like round, like a stadium. And then people had basically started inhabiting it, right? And there's a saloon, there's a store, there's residential areas, and there's a mayor, there's all kinds of different people living here. And it's surrounded in the middle. It surrounds an armed, unexploded atomic bomb. It's right in the middle of the city. Okay. So I hope you're ready for today's Fallout 3 ethics discussion. This is where humor and post-apocalyptic decision-making collide. Are y'all excited?
We can go to Joe Dirt on this and say, show me them boobies or I hit this, it go bang.
Yeah, even somebody like you likes that, don't they?
If I could have slid Joe Dirt into this scenario, I would have. But I use characters from the game. So I hope you're excited about this, guys. Are y'all ready for an ethics discussion?
Let's go for it.
Rock on.
All right. So today we're delving deep into the heart of Fallout 3's Megaton. Picture this. A town built around an undetonated atomic bomb, and you, the player, hold the fate of its citizens in your hands. In this discussion, we're going to explore the moral minefield that is Megaton, and I will set the stage with a dramatized reading of Megaton Town Meeting. Afterwards, Scott, you and Zach, I will ask you some thought-provoking questions and see where your ethics lie inside the world of Fallout 3. Remember, inside the world of Fallout 3 in a post-apocalyptic world. Put your minds in that place, okay?
We want to provoke thoughts from me. Just
Yes,
saying.
we do.
Righty.
This will be fun. This is a video game scenario. And one disclaimer
Okay.
is the following scenario did not happen in Fallout 3, but it is derived from what I think the characters would have said and done in this scenario. So I'm going to read you guys a story here. So be ready. It's going to be a little bit lengthy. So y'all just keep reading. Keep listening. I'll keep reading. So I've got this written in like a short story format. Y'all know how I like to write. So this is what we got. In the heart of Megaton, a unique gathering took place under the eerie glow of the bomb that stood as the town's ominous centerpiece. The air was thick with tension, a palpable force that seemed to draw the townsfolk closer. Their faces bathed in the bomb's sinister light. It was a moment of decision, a crossroads for the community, as key figures among them prepared to voice their fervent beliefs and visions for the future. Lucas Sims, a figure of authority and respect within the town, stepped forward first. His voice, steady and earnest, broke the silence. Folks, we've lived in the bomb's shadow for too long. It's time to disarm and look towards a future free from fear. His words resonated with a plea for safety and normalcy, a desire to step out from under the looming threat that had defined their lives for too long. However, not all shared Sim's vision of a peaceful future. Mr. Burke, with a sly grin and a gleam in his eye, presented a starkly different viewpoint. But consider the opportunities. New beginnings born from the ashes of the old, and the compensation quite generous for those who embrace change. His perspective was one of radical change, a gamble on the destructive rebirth of their community. Moira Brown, ever the scientist, chimed in with her unique blend of enthusiasm and caution. Think of the data! The explosion could offer invaluable insights for the Wasteland Survival Guide, though observing from a safe distance would be ideal. Her words highlighted a potential for knowledge, albeit with a nod to the dangers involved. The debate intensified as the children of Adam, a group devoted to the bomb as a divine entity, expressed their unwavering faith. The bomb is a blessing. Embrace its divine glow and let the great division guide us to salvation. Their view was one of spiritual transcendence through destruction, a path they believed led to salvation. Mr. Burke saw in their faith a validation of his views. See, even the faithful understand destruction is not an end, but a beautiful, glowing opportunity. Yet, Lucas Sims remained unmoved, his resolve only strengthening against the notion of sacrificing the town for any reason. Opportunity? No, we're not trading lives for some twisted sense of beauty. Moria, ever the optimist, tried to find a silver lining with a hint of humor. But imagine the tourism potential. Assuming anyone's left to visit. Her attempt to lighten the mood underscored the grim stakes at play. The debate raged on, with arguments flaring and subsiding like the flickering shadows cast by the bomb itself. Lucas Sims, unwavering, declared, "Enough! This is about our survival. The only path forward is to disarm." Mr. Burke countered with a vision of a thrilling future. Life without risk, without a dash of excitement, is hardly life at all. The dawn of a new era awaits those bold enough to choose it. In the end, Moira Brown, perhaps swayed by the gravity of the situation, sided with prudence. Survival seems like the better option, though I'm definitely adding a debating with dynamite chapter to the guide. As the voices fell silent and the citizens of Megaton dispersed, the weight of the debate lingered in the air. Minds buzzed with thoughts, fears, and possibilities, the fate of their town and the bomb that had become its dark heart hanging in the balance. The night reclaimed its quiet, but the questions raised echoed in the minds of all, leaving the future of Megaton as uncertain as the glow that lit their faces. Okay, that was the story, guys. How did y'all enjoy it?
Moira is crazy.
As a shithouse rat.
Yeah, she was like back and forth, wasn't she? She is, but she's a person of science. She likes to study and investigate.
Give a shit. It's a post-apocalyptic. We don't need that shit.
The children of Adam,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they lived in the center of town.
yeah, they sounded a lot like the little aliens in the claw machine.
They did, and that's how they kind of act. Actually,
Later on.
you know what's funny? One one fun fact is, Mora mentions the Wasteland Survival Guide. She actually does write that in the game, and it actually extends into the other games as well. And there's more versions and more volumes of the Wasteland Survival Guide that she writes that appear in future games.
Cool.
That's an interesting fun fact about Mora. So, with that debate that you just heard, you heard all the passion, the tension, the existential dread. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Okay, Zach, Scott? After hearing our characters, please, I've got some questions. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, this first question is for you. If you were Lucas Sims, how would you calm the fears of your townsfolk while advocating for the disarmament of the bomb, all without causing a panic. How would you do it?
Kool-Aid.
Remember, Lucas
Everybody
Sims is here. He's the
come
mayor.
around and drink some stuff. Well, I mean, just get drunk and we'll disarm it. We'll disarm it now. You know, and I'm your leader, so do what I fucking say.
Basically, take a very hard, demanding leadership
Well, I
approach.
mean, you voted for me. If you didn't vote for me, I wouldn't be the fucking mayor, right? I mean, come on. If you didn't trust me, why put me in this position?
I like it. So, in a post-apocalyptic world, and you have an atomic bomb that could just blow the place off the map.
But if you're going to
You're-
disarm it, it shouldn't.
Yeah, and so you're going to take a stern approach.
Yeah. I mean, you get Moira because she's crazy as shit. You know, she wants to do it anyway, but she wants to actually blow it up. But at the same time, get her to disarm the damn thing, just in case it does blow up. While the rest of us, you know, we're sitting out here drinking moonshine or whatever, while we watch you explode if it happens.
Oh, absolutely. The thing is, you got to be far away from this place for it to do it too.
Well, I mean,
Because
you got to be way the fuck away from a damn atomic bomb, like away. I mean, you would be able to see it like a light in the distance from where you need to be that's safe. As if like the cloud is bigger than your thumb or is the same shape of your thumb or something like that, you're gonna die.
oh yeah. So I like your answer. I like your answer. You're just going to take charge, get people drunk, and tell them what to do. I love it. So Scott, next question is for you. Now this one is about Mr. Burke. Now, if a little background information on Mr. Burke here. He is in the game. He comes up to you as a player, and he's on the side, and he's like, "Hey, bro, if you will convince them to blow this dude up, I'll get you a nice suite over at Tenpenny Tower." Because Mr. Burke worked for Mr. Tenpenny, and he is instructed to get rid of the town of Megaton because it's an eyesore, and he wants it to be gone so that from Tenpenny Tower, the view is much better when
Okay.
Megaton is gone. Okay, that's Mr. Burke's approach here. That's where he's coming from. He bribes the player with a reward. If you do this, you get to stay your own suite in Tenpenny Tower. Okay. So a little background information will help you out with this. As Mr. Burke, how would you pitch the detonation of Megaton to a skeptical audience, ensuring them it's in their best interest?
Well, first you'd want to explain the cost benefit analysis. I mean, it's like, okay, listen, guys, if we blow this thing up, then, well, first you get rid of a dangerous thing that could just, I don't know, detonate at any minute. You wouldn't have to live with that fear over you anymore. You'd want to be gone from the area, of course, before you detonate it, but there's that benefit. The bomb would be gone. There's the downside would be, of course, the town would be gone also, but we got this other town over here you guys could move into, and you can work there and make money and be, help that area prosper and grow, which would line the pockets of my boss, and everybody would be happy. I'd get a nice bonus, and you guys, the ones that survived anyway, you would be able to, live your lives. I mean, granted, you'd probably microwaved at some point, half cooked through, but it's all right. You wouldn't notice that till you were dead anyway.
Very good point.
Um,
And
so there's that, and then just what's in it for me. I mean, you guys don't need to know what's in it for me, but I'm going to get lots of money if we blow it up, so it's okay.
yeah, so when it's Mr. Burke, you're just going to straight up lie to them.
Oh yeah,
And
because Burke's crooked as a politician anyway. It seems like, so
yeah,
why
it's like
not play to his strengths?
yeah, because Tenpenny, the tower, he doesn't want he's not going to let just anybody move in there. You got to have
Mm,
some wealth. You got to have a lot of caps, if you know what I'm saying.
right, right.
So Mr. Burke's just gonna be like, "Hey, bro, man, you can stay over here with us. We can move into Tenpenny good to go. And then, of course, they would just be homeless afterwards.
Oh yeah, scraping by on the and whatever they could get. Maybe Moira's guide would help them out a little.
But yeah, I mean that's a good. I mean, if you're in Mr. Burke's shoes, that's exactly what he would do. So that's perfect. Okay, so next question, either one of you, hopefully both of you will have an answer. So this is for Moira. She's planning to add a section called "Surviving Ethical Dilemmas" to her guide. So, and she's inspired by today's debate as far as the town meeting and everything and what you guys are saying. So Moira can hear what you guys are saying too. So, what witty advice would you give to wasteland wanderers facing their own moral crossroads? And she'll put it in the book. So, what's some good advice for them?
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Well, that's solid advice for any day.
Yeah, but your character's a dick.
I know, right?
Okay, Zach said, "Don't be a dick." Scott, what about you? Any witty advice you would give wanderers that they could read in the guide and help them survive a post-apocalyptic world?
When in doubt, shoot them in the face.
Nice. Use your rads, baby. Use your rads. Okay? Be sure you rad that shit up in the face. Make sure your percentage in rads is a high percentage in the face.
So you're saying shoot people with radiation?
That's the
Rads is what lets the radiation go off of your body, right?
what was the stat called then? Maybe I was calling it wrong then. What was that stat called where you get the percentages of where to shoot them?
I don't know.
I could have misquoted that.
Accuracy?
No, it's an acronym. I can't remember what it is, but it's the thing that makes you the slow down. Didn't that come later?
VATS. V-A-T.
Bats. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Excuse
there
me.
you go.
I
Vats.
spelled. I was still close. Rads
It's
does
okay.
help you
The
carry your
only reason
radiation.
I don't know anything about Rads is from Fallout 76, and that's a horrible example.
Yeah. VATS. My bad, guys. My bad. The VAT system. Make sure it's a high percentage to shoot them in the face. Which it's probably in the guide anyways. So Moira may have added that regardless.
Yeah, that's true. That's
When in
true.
doubt, shoot it in the face. Okay, so we're going to have one more question for you guys. Here we go. So imagine the bomb itself has gained sentience and has taken a seat at the debate. What arguments does it make for its own existence, and how do you, as the residents of Megaton, convince it of its fate?
I can tell you what, it's not going to blow itself up.
Yeah, how do you convince it to disarm
So-
itself? Either remember, the debate is either it can be disarmed and stay where it is.
No, either
Or it
way,
can
you're
be-
fucked, is what we'd tell it. So you can either be still here, just not alive, or you can kill everybody too. Whichever one.
Well, I mean, what you have to look at is by its very nature, the atomic bomb itself is geared to go boom. Because that's the potential. That's its what's the word I'm looking for? That's its purpose in life. It's like the guy on Speed said, you want to stop the bomb from becoming. Well, if by doing his job he gets to become and fulfill his potential, then how are you going to talk him out of it? That's the
All right.
question. How are you going to say?
Offer him some cash.
Well, true, I suppose, but how's the bomb going to go spend the cash?
Exactly. How's it going to go boom?
So for the bomb to gain sentience, it would, I think Scott's right, it would cause it to be like gung ho, like, hey, I'm gonna blow this bitch up.
Mm-hmm. See,
Yeah.
he'd be like, "All right, man, listen, this is my job. This is what I was made to do. So you guys better freaking run. You got 3 minutes."
Well, then we're screwed anyway.
Yeah.
So it would keep keyed in doing it, but at the same time, How does the residents of Megaton talk it out of it? Probably couldn't, right?
I would say they wouldn't have a prayer, because if the bomb itself, the atom bomb itself, gets to be sentient and it understands its reason for being, then I'm going to say them trying to talk him out of it would be a moot point.
I mean, you would have to get over 150 miles away from this thing.
That's correct. And once that bomb realizes what it is, it's going to go boom anyway, and there's no talking to it.
So the townspeople are moving regardless.
Yep.
Yeah, I think one conversation with the atomic bomb and probably be like, well, let's go pack our bags. Let's go, y'all. This bro's fixing to finish some shots in front of him, and it's about done. It's going to be a game over.
Now, if the bomb has daddy issues or something, I mean, it's sentient. They just dropped me here. Didn't let me do anything as a child. Nothing, you know.
My dad never played with me.
Well, if he's got mental issues, you know, you could probably coerce him.
Or it could be one of those. He could be one of those people who's like, I will only explode if I am put in a proper chamber to be shot out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It could be that vein. It could be like, I am too good of an atomic bomb to just blow myself up. I will not blow myself. You will blow me. You know, he's probably one of those people. I don't know, Zach. That's a good point too. It could be a megomaniac and be like, bro, no, I do not explode. I do not blow myself, bro. It's not happening. That's pretty fun. I liked it. That was a fun conversation. That is the end of our ethics training of Fallout 3. Now, I will give you a little tidbit of what I experienced in Fallout 3. Now, this presented itself to me in Megaton. Mr. Burke came up to me and was like, hey, bro, I got a suite for you at Tenpenny Tower. You know, if you let this place get exploded somehow, blah, 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 blah. And I was moving into Tenpenny Tower pretty quick after that happened. Just letting you know. I got me a suite in Tenpenny Tower, and it was beautiful. It actually was really nice. It was a good place to go rest and get healed up from battle and things. And you could fast travel there. It was really cool. And you could actually look out over the distance, and Megaton was gone. And you actually got to watch it explode too. It was pretty cool in the game.
Okay, so you were the one that just said, you know what, I'm out.
I did. That was very intriguing to me. A post-apocalyptic world, scraping by with bottle caps and eating cockroach meat. Yeah, staying at Tenpenny Tower was pretty enticing. And what's cool though is you go back over to where it explodes, and Mora survives. She's still out there, but she's now become a ghoul when she's out there. So she actually owned the local store where you go buy supplies and whatnot. And she was also, again, I was telling you, she actually did write the Wasteland guides. That.
So in the game, the bomb went off?
Yeah, in the game, you can make the bomb go off and accept Mr. Burke's offer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And it wipes the city off the planet. It's gone. It kills most of the people. Mora is still out there, and you can go talk to her and get a few things from her, but nothing too crazy. But she's turned into a ghoul from the radiation and stuff. She's now a ghoul. Pretty crazy. So Fallout 3 is an insane game, and I wanted to talk about it, and I felt this was a fun idea. So hope you enjoyed it, guys. I know I did. I enjoyed listening to your answers. And if you haven't ever played Fallout 3, ladies and gentlemen, please go check it out sometime. It's amazing. I'm sure you can get it really cheap on Steam or any other platform. It still holds up. It's a great, great game. All right. Well, that is our ethics training done for today. Now we're going to go into our next topic, which will be our present day game, which Scott is presenting to us, and that will be Helldivers 2. Scott, it's all yours, brother.
Helldivers 2 for democracy.
For democracy.
So, anyway, this game, it just came out. I mean, like, what?
Spreading freedom.
3 weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
It was February the 8th on PlayStation 5, and for Windows, I believe you guys got it on Steam, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it was the same day.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep.
Xbox doesn't have it. Fuck Xbox. Piece of shit.
Xbox got Pal World.
Now, we'll say Power World's cool. It's just I've done everything in Power World so far, so we.
And they use spheres instead of balls, so they can't be sued.
Hey, hey, calm down. Calm down a little bit. All right, we're not going to go there. I love Power World. We can fight
Okay,
about.
so the it's a third person Helldivers 2, of course. This iteration of the Helldivers franchise is a third person shooter, and the first game in Helldivers was a top down shooter. It was set up a lot like a dungeon crawler, top down. Yeah. So I've only seen like gameplay footage of that game. I didn't actually play it, but it's as far as its mechanics, like calling down stratagems like orbital strikes and eagle airstrikes and stuff like that, it still runs about the same thing. You still have to input the little up down down left right stuff on the d-pad to pull in your support weapons and your other stuff. You're fighting bugs they call terminids, and then you got robots that are automatons in
Automatons.
various parts of the galaxies. They're trying to take over and destroy our way of life, democracy, and citizenship and things of that nature. Lots of explosions, lots of blood, guts, gore, metal laying everywhere. Lots of carnage if you do it right. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I love the carnage in this game.
Oh yeah, it's great. The thing it reminds me a lot of, and I think it does everybody, is Starship Troopers. It's very very similar as far as like the satirical. I'm doing my part, that kind of thing. Um, fight for democracy, bring democracy to the world, this kind of stuff. And
For liberty.
yeah,
I love it.
and I like the campy shit that your character, you're blowing things up and it's like, have a taste of democracy. It's just,
Yeah, it's so good.
it's great. And there's lots of different weapons you can use. You got machine guns, you got rocket launchers, you got grenade launchers, orbital lasers. I mean, that's one of my favorites. I'd have to say the orbital laser strike is one of my favorites. um you go to various different planets. You have to do these missions where you have to go destroy a ammo dump or a fuel depot, or you blow up what they call outposts, which is where the bugs live and they crawl out of the ground, or where the robots are being built in mass production. I did discover one of the things on the, Zach, you and I played the other night, and the shit just kept coming, right?
Yes, yes. It was a good night. Joel was fucking jerking it and having a good time.
I mean, I did see on one of the helpful hints, at the bottom, it's at the bottom of the screen when it's loading, tactical hint, something or other, don't die. And one of the hints was the game becomes more difficult the longer the mission carries on. So you and I were at 6 minutes left in the mission when we were having robots crawling up our asses for like every time you blinked.
This
So
is
I think
true.
that was, we were like 6 minutes from the end of the mission, and they were just crawling out from under every rock and pebble that there was. And one of the best things about this game is that it gives you it gives you a laugh when you die. I mean, if you die, it's funny. It doesn't even tick me off really anymore that I'm dying in this game, because you just expect it. I
Absolutely.
mean, I mean these
I think it's joy. It's just like a joy to die, really.
Or
these rope
when you're running things and everybody else does. Always
right.
always a great laugh.
Well, I know it's a good game when me and Zach get into it about something. So I know that's a solid game.
I mean,
That's just the way it
you're
is.
when you're trying to kill these things and they're coming at you, and you kill everything that's in front of you, and then you turn around and there's shit behind you. You're like, oh shit. I mean, I, I have those moments all the time when I'm playing this game. I'm blowing up whatever's in front of me, and then I get stabbed in the back by the robot with the knife for hands, and it's just I don't know. I rarely enjoy these kinds of games like the squad running with each other and the third person shooters and all that stuff. But this one actually is pretty fun. It's something that I'll probably play for a long time. I think as long as, like I said before, as long as they don't screw it up.
I don't think they'll screw it up. I think Joel has a really good grip on it. He just like fucking everybody, just fucking hitting the goddamn button, just fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. Dude, there's one video I was watching. There was like 9 bile titans on the fucking screen.
Holy shit.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane. We fought one bile titan and I thought
Oh, I got
that was
I got the
the end.
medicine for them son of bitches now, but I still haven't played on level 7 yet. I haven't done level 7 yet because random people in your group don't have the same work ethic as you. They don't want to complete everything. They just want to go do this little the main mission and get the fuck out. I'm like, we're going on a clock here. We're doing every fucking thing. And then they get mad or they'll go somewhere else and they're not helping you. So I kick them out of the group.
Mm-hmm. So one question I did have, and I didn't actually look for this online, is the difficulties, like trivial, easy, hard, whatever. Do you get more experience for
Yeah, I
that?
mean, well,
I mean,
you're
does
essentially going to get more experience anyway,
mm-hmm,
due to the simple fact that you're going to have more things to do in the mission.
mm-hmm,
For everything you complete in the mission, of course, you got to do the main mission, right? So then you have all these other tactical things you can do, and then you have all of the outposts. So you don't have to kill all the outposts. That's not a requirement of you, unless it's like the main part of the mission, like kill the eggs or something like that. You don't
right,
have to outposts. All you only have to do the main priority missions, and you
mm,
can evacuate and leave, right? But everything you do gets you more experience. Also, the way you upgrade your ship is through exploration and getting all of the relics that you need to in order to get those modules on your ship. And the more modules you have on your ship, the better your missions are going to go. For me, it looks like I'm going to try to get everything unlocked. That way I can do those hell dives later on, which is going to
yeah,
be pretty. I'm like level 21, almost level 22. I do have the railgun and the shield now, and the railgun helps out a lot against the Bile Titans, the Chargers. I mean, it can one shot a lot of stuff that has heavy armor or
right,
medium or whatever you want to call it. And more mobs and shit though. So the missions do get harder because
mm-hmm, yeah,
essentially what they want you to do is to keep moving. You're not supposed to stay in one area too long. That's why the stratagems, uh, kind of recharge a little. Like I got cluster bombs. That's one of my favorite things.
yeah,
So you can get like 3 to 4 charges on that every time, and then they go off and rearm, and it takes about 2 or 3 minutes in between. But once you get them back, you can just throw them down again. So if you see like all those little ones running around, those are the ones that take up most of your time. And then
yeah,
if you're shooting them and they start shooting off like the fucking orange smoke or something out of their mouth, they call more bugs. With automatons, there's like one of them that shoots a red flare in the air and it calls dropships in. So you got to kill those fast and get the fuck out of the area, and that way you don't have a bunch of shit coming at you.
right. So the extra experience comes from the extra objectives that are added, like the optional stuff.
Right, exactly. It does. You don't get experience based on you killing a bug or a robot. So you're there to get a fixed amount of experience, and if you do it in extra time, the remaining time gives you a certain uh, bonus and stuff like that.
Right, right. So yeah, the I've been doing the I've been playing a lot on what you call it, trivial. I just go in and do the simple missions and get whatever the XP is. I mean, it's probably the one of the easiest ways I've found to level my character and get the samples and I mean, playing solo anyway. Now playing with other folks, you can run the level 3 difficulty and go around, you get like we did the other night, Zach. You gather all the as many samples as you can find, and you ain't got a lot of extra shit you got to do. There's a couple of extra things, like some of the optional objectives, and then the outposts, and then of course you find all the little areas of interest. There's areas of interest to find. It shows up as a question mark on your compass bar, and once you find those, you can open up little supply closets, or you can blow up little containers or whatever, and they'll have like super credits, which is the current one of the currencies in the game, and then um, they'll have you can get samples or medals, or there'll be weapon drops in some of these things, and every once in a while what you find is just a little tablet to interact with, and it has this funny little clip or a funny little saying on it. Like one of them, you get to a supply cache and it's open and there's a dead guy laying there. It says, "Took the supplies," or took the drop. Sorry, needed the supplies. This guy was dead when I got here. I mean, there's just little
That
bitty.
was a weird note. I was like, well, you son of a bitch. Now I got to find the other guy that died. And where are the fucking supplies? Okay.
Exactly. So I mean, that's you find different stuff like that, and it's there's little bits of lore here and there when you're going around picking up stuff, and you find stuff to interact with. Like occasionally you'll find an unexploded hell bomb lodged in the ground, and it'll say um, "for democracy" or "in the name of liberty" or something like that. Once you click on it, and it's just pretty neat little stuff like that I like, is finding the shit that's hidden in the maps. If you get an opportunity to run around, I've actually got the hang of staying away from the bad guys now.
Well, as for right now, everybody should be wearing light armor due to the
Right.
fact
Right.
that armor does not work in the game. So if you're wearing heavy armor, it takes more stamina and it weighs you down. So the light armor has a higher speed, better stam regen. I mean, it's less armor rating, but it doesn't work at the moment. So if you get hit, like the little bitty things that hit you, it's like 6 hits you dead. The big things they can hit you probably like 2 or 3 times, but the big things hit you like the Vile Titan. That's one time you're gone. So
Oh yeah.
that's why the shield is important right now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed that I've seen a lot on, like, I see a lot of the videos on TikTok, the clips and stuff like that, and then I did see a video on Facebook Reels or something. Some guy was talking about Helldivers 2 and people making it into a job. The people have started really. Some people, not everybody, but some folks have really started trying to min max everything and make it where you know, you got to have this certain set of
Oh
gear,
yeah,
or
what they calling
this.
That's lame.
meta or some bullshit like
Yeah,
that.
for the meta of the group or
Yeah, for
whatever. This
those
guy's got to,
people, I have to say, go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna make you if you're in my group. I'm gonna make you bring certain things. Now, I might suggest that you don't bring a fucking pea shooter.
Oh
At
yeah,
the same time, if you want to fucking use a flamethrower or something like that, that's cool. That's fine. Whatever, as long as it's killing shit, I don't give a damn.
right, right. And see, that's, I think that was an article I read or something, that they were talking about that people were trying to find the fastest way to level up and the fastest way to get this or that, instead of just enjoying the game, enjoying the satire and the comic bits and stuff that are going along with it. It's just, if you're on the ship, there's a, what is his name, General Brash, Brash Facts or whatever, and he's talking about like there's one bit where the guy says something about, if you change your clip before you've emptied it, then you're just wasting ammo. It's lying there on the ground. Instead of throwing it on the ground, throw it into your enemy. And it's just, there's lots of funny little bits like that. And the people who made this game have taken a lot of time and put a lot of effort into the things that they put into it, and they've made it, it's like an experience really, and more than it is a game, I think, because of everything that goes with it. You're not just dropping onto a planet and shooting things. You're dropping onto a planet, shooting things, screaming about democracy and liberty, and listening to all these things that just they're funny on the surface, and it's just, it's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy this game. Chris, what do you think?
Oh, I'm in the same boat. Like this is a game I typically don't play. I don't play squad based anything because, like we mentioned, I think before we started the podcast, we talked about how usually squad based is you got to instruct every member of your team up using a D-pad and say, "Hey, cover me," or "Go check that out." Blah blah blah. And I hate that kind of crap. It's like tactical stuff. I'm not a big tactical guy when it comes
I
to.
mean, this is a tactical game.
No. Listen, hear me out here. And so in this game, I don't play a lot of these kind of games. So when I'm in this game, I am in a learning mode when I'm playing this game, trying to figure things out, trying to find my way of playing the game, and I'm starting to feel I get a better feel for it. And this is one of those games that I think is going to be a staple. It's like Halo or Call of Duty. I think this game's going to have that same kind of reach. I think Helldivers 2, they've hit on something here that was basically what they did. They said, "Hey, everybody is helping everybody. We're all trying to liberate the planets. There's no against people. We're here for each other. It's for democracy. It's for liberty. So everybody's trying to help liberate the planets." And I think that's just a beautiful gameplay mechanic. And I think that does excite a lot of people to play this game, including myself, of course.
Right, and the squad based stuff you were talking about. I mean, I said earlier, I don't like playing where you have to like you carry a team with you. Say you're playing a game and you take a team of bots with you, the NPCs or whatever, and you have to say, okay, you attack this target, you go stand here, you do this, you do that. I don't like that because that's too many moving parts.
Yeah.
I like to take my guns and go kill the bad guys, and I like the people with me to take their guns and go kill the bad guys without me having to tell them to do it. You follow me?
Right, yeah. Real time strategy is a total bummer. I hate those type of fucking games.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
SOCOM, great game. I hate it.
Yeah, I can't do those kind of games. I don't do any of that. Tactical RPGs, any of that stuff.
Yep.
I have no interest in it. But this game just is different because it's all human players for one. Like, and I do, I just want to be in there and shoot the bugs and shoot the robots, whatever. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic, and it's one of those. This is the kind of game that would get me interested in a squad based game because, like I said, typically I like Fortnite or what was that game you always play?
You talking about PUBG?
Yeah, I
Something like
love
PUBG, but what was that other one? It was
Ring of Elysium.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
there
was
you
the
go.
one because you had to get to you had to get out of there when the helicopter come pick you up and all that stuff.
That was the crazy part of that game, but I do believe it added a nice piece of strategy into a battle royale.
Yeah,
Like that.
Right.
The one
and
thing I did was it was super laggy a lot of.
yeah, Ring of Elysium. The one thing that I did give it a chance for is I did think that was a good mechanic. Like, oh, you surviving the other players, but you're also having to get to the point where you have to get rescued, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. And so the Helldivers 2 is taking that to another level. It's like you got to get to the point, you got to get out of there, but at the same time you got a mission, and you're all trying to work together. And seeing like all the planets and stuff liberate that you have to liberate, and it shows the percentage that's liberated. I just think that's a very inclusive way to get people interested in the game.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a different twist on the multiplayer genre, I think. Because most of the time these kind of games with this kind of, combat type stuff, your multiplayer is only PvP. Unless,
Exactly.
unless you're going through the story with, and you can play co-op or whatever. Which is rare, I think, these days. But as far as the game's concerned, I mean, I've said before, I enjoy it. I think all three of us, we like this game, and it's something that we, will enjoy playing for a while. But as far as anything else goes, that's all I got on this one, guys. Anybody got anything to add?
Just stick around after the podcast recording to play some.
I'll play some tomorrow night, but it is an amazing game, and if you haven't played Helldivers 2 yet, it's definitely worth checking out. It's really fun, especially if you got a nice group of friends that you like to play games with. You can have a real good time, and then it's just a lot of laughs and a lot of fun things happen in it too. It's not just a serious like, oh, we got to do this, and that, but there's just a lot of fun things that happen in the game that make it enjoyable.
Right. If anybody that's got a PS5 or you got Steam, I know on PS5 it was like a little over $30. It's worth the $30 for sure.
I think it's 40 if you're on computer, 39 or whatever.
Yeah, something
I
like
mean,
that.
you've got these people that are making games for $40, and then you got AAA people that's laying people off because they can't figure out how to get their head out of their ass. But anyway, I said what I said.
And by the way, one thing else I'd like to say is Xbox players, we need you.
Man,
Let's
stop
go.
putting that on. They're not going to give that to Xbox. I
I
wouldn't.
just,
You know, I
I
mean,
do,
it's
yeah,
yeah, it's Bill Gates. Fuck him.
I do understand the PlayStation. I just think that's a funny movement that's happening out there on TikTok and YouTube. Is
Oh
how
yeah, it
everybody's
is super awesome.
trying to
Funny.
recruit Xbox players. Is really funny.
Well, what I'm going to try to do is get the people off the Xbox, get them a PC because you can still play your PlayStation game on a lot of times, depending on what it is. Now, I still haven't been able to play Gran Turismo, but you know, it's whatever. You know, Sony Gran Turismo PC. Let's go.
Yeah, Sony's getting there though. They're coming around. I saw today where off topic, but just they're going to be releasing Ghost of Tsushima on PC, which I'm freaking
That doesn't
hyped.
surprise me because this
Hyped.
is a nice game.
It's so good, so good. I played it a little bit when I had a PlayStation 5 there briefly, and it was so good.
I had it on the 4, but the reason I bought the PlayStation 4 was for Death Stranding. Then I was like, yeah, well, I'm gonna sell the PlayStation, so all the games are gone now. But you know, I have Death Stranding on the computer on Steam, and I think I have it on Epic Games for free. I don't even know. Epic Games gives away a lot of free games, so check those
Yeah,
guys out.
I got Death Stranding on there too. That's where I got it for free.
Yeah, that's included with PlayStation Plus.
Very nice. All right, well, Helldivers 2 is pretty awesome. So check it out, guys, if y'all haven't played it. It's beautiful. All right, well, this will lead us to our final topic of the evening, which will be the future game, and that is brought to us by Zach, and it's the game called Soulframe.
In the year 2000. Yeah, so if anybody knows Conan O'Brien, yeah, it was a great bit. Loved it.
Loved it. Yeah, it was one of my favorite reasons to watch Conan when he did those.
So Soulframe, I don't know if anybody out there has played a game called Warframe.
Me,
Yes, very very fun game.
Yep, really good free.
Very fast paced game. And
very
if you didn't put any time into it, you were unable to upgrade your shit. So I love the game. I played it a lot. At some point, my character got deleted, but we won't talk about that. Anyway, of course, the developer is Digital Extremes. This is going to be an MMORPG. Comes out at sometime this year. We're not real sure when. They haven't really given us a release date that I could find anyway. They got some pretty cool
yeah.
videos. I think there's 2 videos that you can watch now on YouTube.
Yeah, they got like a 30-minute gameplay. The one I watched was 30
Really,
minute
where the hell did
gameplay.
you find that at?
It's on YouTube.
Tried to find it and I couldn't. I guess
IGN. Go to IGN's YouTube. They have a 30-minute demo.
yeah, IGN. I don't trust those guys, but you know.
Well, they've got the 30-minute demo, and if you can stomach them,
Okay. Well,
there's no
I have to
commentary
go.
on it. It's just straight gameplay.
Okay. Well, I'll have to go check it out because I must have overlooked it or something. It's going to be a little bit different compared to a lot of games. Now, they are going to focus a lot on co op. So, kind of leaning in on what we were talking about with Helldivers, where it's heavy co-op, which is really nice. Which also brings me to a good point of Guild Wars 2 that I could never get anybody to play, but that's a different point. It's hugely co-op now. There's PvP in Guild Wars 2, but it's whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry if I sound weird. I am still under the weather, so that's why this is going to be short and sweet too, because you never know when I'm going to cough. The place you're going to be on, or where it's set, is called the Isle of Midrat, and basically, it's just a game where you're going to be exploring. You're going to be connecting with these called virtues, and you can where you're going to shape your character based on virtues. It's going to be like different ones, like courage, spirit, grace, different stuff like that. Like I said, I haven't got to watch a lot of gameplay, so I'm not very familiar with what they're going to do with it. It is going to be a mix of weapons, magic, environment tactics. Where you kind of can interact with the environment as well to use in the battle, which is kind of neat because not a lot of games do that. Now, a lot of games will have it where you can destroy the environment, but they're not just used to do things to your opponent or to your environment or whatever. Now, the environment interactions, they're going to be like totems, ancient traps, um, just different stuff like that out there that's going to enhance, that's meant to enhance your exploration of the place. Now, let's see, where was I going with this?
Well, I know some of the gameplay I saw too, like when we talk about the combat.
Yeah.
What I watched reminds me a lot of Dark Souls, the way that it looks, the way the combat goes. So I
Right.
don't know if
Yes, it's going to be instead of just like running in and bashing your head against something, or you're going to have to, strategize and time your attacks. So yeah, that's one of the things that is built on it. I think that's where they came from, Soulframe as well.
yeah,
And
definitely.
in
That's what I was
probably
feeling
a
when I was
play on
watching.
words.
It makes
Now,
sense. I mean, that's a good route to go.
right? I think it's gonna be great. It's you actually engage with the Lord directly, so you're going to be learning the world's history, where you come from in it. I know in the trailer, there's a woman talking to you. She's like, "We're your family," and then she smashes your face.
It sounds like
then
my
you wake
family.
up. Then you wake up on the beach, and it's like this big moose. I think it was a moose that finds you and drags you out of the water because you got like a metal arm too, which I'm curious to see how that plays into the game itself. Because when like in the video when he would like touch the ground, he'd come up on these three dudes that was sitting around a campfire, and it kind of reminded me of Elden Ring a little bit too, when they were just sitting there chilling and they looked at him and they're like, "All right, we're gonna go fuck with this guy now." And there's a sword like stuck in this rock or stone, and he kind of smashes the stone a little bit, picks up the sword, and then they come at him, and he kind of somehow freezes time around them, and it looked like he sucked their life essence into the sword, stabbed it into the ground, and then they turned to like stone. It was insane.
Wicked.
Yeah, this is sick.
So is this going to be a Souls like game,
From
or
what we can tell, we think it is.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be.
Where it's going to be as far as like your combat with whatever you're attacking, and
mm-hmm.
it does tell you that you're gonna it read like ally with corrupted omen beast or something like that, whatever those are going to be. The story is basically it's a war between two kingdoms, or it's a kingdom it's called the Ode, ODE, and the divine entities of nature, which I do believe the divine entities of nature are going to be the only beasts. And I think the Kingdom of Ode is the bad guys. I'm not sure because it's a future game, so don't quote me on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have a nice website set up for it that you can go sign up for early access to the demo. I believe ain't that what you was talking about earlier?
Yeah, you can go to the website, you sign up for information, and from what I can tell, they're going to send out invites. But I don't know how they're gonna choose who they send invites to. I don't know. But you probably have to be like some top influencer or something. They'll probably look you up by your email address or some shit.
Yeah, you can sign up, and what it's going to do, if you sign in your email, you can go ahead and create your envoy title, and you will be able to claim that title. And it says claim your Alka's Eye. So if you sign up early on their website, you'll be able to claim everything, your name basically, on launch.
Oh,
I bet
nice.
if anybody can guess my name, I'll give you a thumbs up.
I already know what
Is
my
it
name's going to be.
Genova Destro?
Well, you got a thumbs up.
It's going to be Genova Dixtro.
Well,
I mean,
that's a different site.
All
yeah, I'm signing up right
right,
now.
we're not promoting OnlyFans here, guys. Come on.
What do you mean? I don't have one of those.
I'm signing up as Tonic.
So is this
Oh,
going to be like? Is it supposed to be like Warframe was and be a free to play?
That is not going to be true. I don't think. I think you're going to have to pay for this.
yeah, it doesn't seem to be one that it doesn't say, but we'll see. And by the way, when I just tried to sign up, it says we're currently experiencing technical issues. So I don't know. I don't know. That's not a good sign. They can't get their website to act right. Then how are they going to do a game? I mean, come on. No, I'm
Well, they
kidding. That's
may be
they're having
waiting
issues with their
something
website.
on it or something.
They have issues.
Let me see if I can get in.
Maybe it'll
No,
be
you
better
can't
when
log
it's.
in without them telling you can.
According to Google, at TennaCon 2023, Warframe developer Digital Extreme shared new details on its upcoming free-to-play game Soulframe.
Oh, FTP, baby.
Okay, so we have a new game in the running to take over some shit if they don't kill it themselves with no end game.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, these puzzles and shit that they're talking about are going to be hard to do or take some type of energy um, to put some effort into it. Because Warframe, if you didn't put any effort into that fucking game, you didn't do this. Or you didn't get the different weapons, different looks to your frame and all that stuff. Maybe that's what the soul frame is. Maybe that's the metal arm. You make that look different or something. Maybe your armor or something.
Right.
So I think Tonic sent me over a video, but I'll watch it later. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't now.
Yeah. I sent you the link to it. It's 30-minute videos. So you have plenty of time to check
Awesome.
it out. But it does look like an amazing game. I hadn't even heard of it until you mentioned it to me yesterday, and I was.
Dude, I seen it and I was like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. And it turned out to be people that made Wolfen. And I was really intrigued about it. Initially, I was going to talk about Hellblade 2, but it kind of seems boring to me.
Yeah, according to Google, one of the frequently asked questions is Soulframe set in the Warframe universe? And this came from an article on CBR.com. It says, as the name suggests, Soulframe is described as the mirror universe of Warframe.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, okay. So the old people are the bad guys then, easily. I'm guessing. I mean, they slap you in the face. I don't know if that's who she was from or not, but she slaps just shit out of you. Like you have this mask on and it shatters it. But
I like.
it being an MMO is going to be insane. I wonder how it's going to work. as far as the MMO based thing, because Warframe was like Helldivers basically. You could
Right.
team up with other people and go do certain missions in certain places, but it did have a story too. So the story on Warframe was insane. I mean, I really enjoyed it. You had the guy was weird looking, and the evil dude.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely intrigued by this one. This is definitely gonna be keeping an eye on it.
I'm watching this video now. It looks cool. But yes, Scott, to get your answer, is it Souls like? 100%.
Yeah,
Oh, so
very much.
we're looking at a game similar to Dark
Elden Ring.
Souls and
Yep,
Elden
Dark.
Ring,
Yes, but free.
free to play, and hopefully not as difficult.
Dude,
Well,
he just stunned. He just petrified this dude and shattered him. So that's
I'd
where your
imagine.
magic and weapon thing come in.
Nice.
Yeah, I imagine this is gonna be a difficult game.
He just saved something called avocado, but it's an avocado
Mhm.
or a vagina with a green seed in it. One of the two.
Oh, it's got some weird characters in it.
It looks cool as shit. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
I'm
does.
gonna highly recommend this to everyone that
Well, especially
hears
since
this podcast. Hey,
especially since it's free to play. I
free
mean,
to
it's
play, you can't beat that. I
yeah,
mean, they're
it's not
gonna
going to
burn
cost
down
you,
servers for this thing. So
right?
I'm gonna be playing Helldivers and Soulframe.
Yeah, as long as they don't. I mean, I know Warframe has a lot of. It has a what is it? In-game purchase.
Well, no, it was all cosmetic. From what I remember, they got it to where you can pay to win.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I thought Warframe you could buy
Let me
different
go check it
weapon
out.
sets and things like that. Maybe it was all cosmetic. I don't know. That would make sense if it was a free to play game, but it did have a in-game purchase option. Now, I think you're right though. It was mostly cosmetic.
Yeah, cosmetics. I think that's what they're gonna do here too. I can see people want to spend some money to make their character look badass. Badass. Because I got no problem with that either. I think that's what people should spend their money on. If they got some extra income they want to throw into a game,
Mm-hmm.
and
This is
it's
gonna have me download Warframe
has
and playing it again for a minute just to check out the store.
because going back to Helldivers 2, I would not if I was playing it more. Man, I'd spend $5-10 on it
Well,
because it's
the money that you're spending on there is actual four things,
yeah.
like armor and different types of armor. So right now, I would suggest not spending money and you just want to collect all the armor
Oh
because
yeah,
it's
I
going
mean
to
I'm
cycle
gonna
back through, and you can get those credits for free if you just play the game.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I
Right.
would
That's what I was talking about, like going
just
through the whole map and collecting everything. Because when you, what Scott was saying, you blow up containers or you pick up the what do they call them, beacons, or you open the beacons. You can
Yeah.
get credits out of those. I've gotten several pieces out of the store for free because of the credits. And when you spend medals down through your little, well, I like to call them battle passes because that's what everything's called, but whatever it's called on there. But when you
The
spend those
war
medals,
bond.
yeah, war bond, yeah. So you get like 50 or 100 each page of the war bond when you
Mm-hmm.
spend medals.
Yeah, I mean, so you can earn the in-game credits. It says the same thing for like Warframe. You can there's credits you can use, and that lets you buy the blueprints for your weapons and things like that. And then there's two or three other different types of currency. One of them's platinum, the other one's ducats. Then there was something else. I forget what the name of it was, but it's used for like trading with the void merchants and shit like that on Warframe. Now, the war bond, you can earn the medals from playing the game, like in for Helldivers 2. You earn the medals by playing the game. You find medals in different drops. You find credits in different places, and you can use that to buy different armor sets and helmets. Now, the in game the super credits is what they're called for Helldivers. You can only use to buy armor and helmets. I haven't seen yet where they've put any kind of weapons or anything like that on that particular page.
No, there's no weapons I've seen either.
Yeah,
The
that
weapons
all
come
comes from the war
from
bonds
armor.
yeah, or
Yeah.
getting support weapons in your modules and
I
stuff
just
for your
watched
ship.
where they introduced the frame, like the
Hmm.
beast that you're like using is the arm changes.
Oh, nice.
So I was kind of on the with what I would thought would happen. And it makes sense because that's the only part of the body of the character that's interchangeable. So
Right.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fantastic game. But now, based on Warframe's credibility, it's amazing. People love that game, and with it, they're trying to go a Dark Souls route. I think it's a brilliant idea. So I've got high hopes for this game as well. Now that I know what it is, Zach, good job picking this one out.
Yeah, it looks promising for
I
sure,
was trying to
especially,
find how long they've been working on it because a lot of time they announced it in 2022. 2022 is when it was announced, but a lot of times they'll be working on it for a lot longer than that. But I can't. I guess we'll just go based off of the announcement 2 years ago. So that, but it has to have been in for more than 2 years. So fucking
Oh,
way,
no doubt.
yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't see how they put that together in 2 years' time. That game looks so good.
I mean, they can, I guess, hire a shitload of people. I mean, they probably use the same people that built Warframe. You know, the same coders that built Warframe to build it. So I mean, it's possible they could have been with this whole fucking time, and just never said anything. That would have been cool. But yeah, that's all I have on the subject of the matter. Anybody can search out this Soulframe official 31-minute gameplay demo.
Yeah, we'll put that link down in the description, especially on if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to find that pretty easily.
He's throwing his weapon, dude. You can do the magic thing, throw your weapon. Man, it's sick looking. It's smooth.
Yeah, this game's gonna be amazing. As you can hear, Zach is geeking out hard right now watching that video, so you guys should check it out.
Dude, if you get smooth gameplay like that, and if they can, because Warframe, the servers weren't terrible that I remember, so
No, it always plays
I've
smooth
already
for me.
probably have the infrastructure to run it, so you won't have any. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say that this being free to play, and then the amount of information you can get, from different platforms now, it's gonna have some issues like Helldivers did at first, with server capacity. Uh,
right.
so get ready. Don't be disappointed. Just know that shit happens. Move on.
Yeah, just hang tight. They'll get it right. They got a good reputation, and they've done a great job on Warframe through the years. All right, fellas. Well, it's been another fun episode here of Horton Brothers Grimm. Hope you guys had a good time. I sure did. And if you enjoyed listening, please let us know in the comments. You can let us know on YouTube is the easiest way to comment. And Spotify and Apple Podcasts are there as well if you'd like to rate us. And of course, check the links down below for all the socials that you will need to find me, Scott, or Zach out there on the internets.
Come by, watch some games. Sometimes I stream other people playing games.
Yeah.
What's been funny is I've been streaming Cat playing that Balatro game. She plays it,
Yeah.
on Discord, and then I take the Discord window and put it on Twitch. Pretty fun.
I'm sure she enjoys that.
I don't think she likes it, but it's whatever. Not mad about it. Let's put it that way. He knows
Oh,
about it. Look, you're going on Twitch. I said, talk to your public. We got one follower while she was playing. It was funny.
nice. Well, fellas, do y'all have anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
I reckon that's all I got.
Don't take any wooden nickels.
Never play golf in a thunderstorm.
Don't set off an atomic bomb.
It's true. Don't do it unless you just really want to get rid of that town and have a better view from your suite in the tower, which is what I did in Fallout 3. It was amazing.
Oh my God. Was the tower at least 150 miles away?
Not really. So I mean, was it accurate to what an atomic bomb would do? Probably not. But you could watch you did get to watch the explosion from your tower, from the tower.
Oh, wow.
Which was pretty funny. It's pretty cool.
So now we know where Chris's moral dilemma went. What do I drink today?
In my post-apocalyptic world, I need a nice place to stay, baby. Stay away from those ghouls and those rad roaches.
Mm-hmm.
And those lot lizards.
Yeah, the lot lizards. They'll come for you. All right, everybody. We hope y'all had a good time. Let us know in the comments and share it with people. If you liked us enough, tell all your friends. We appreciate you listening. Scott and Zach, it's been a good time. We'll see you on the next one.
Laters.